Hey, Nikki here. And in this video, I'm going to take you through a few different strategies that you can use to try to troubleshoot knee pain in your squats. If you find this type of content helpful, this is a lot of what I focus on, so please take a moment to subscribe so you don't miss future videos. Okay, let's get into it. So I've got a bunch of different props here, depending on what you have around. Use what you've got. I'll try to show a few angles as well. So knee pain when we squat ultimately can sometimes come down to a lack of mobility in, say, our ankles or in our hips, but a lot of it is often a control issue. We have a hard time controlling how forces are going through our knee joint. And so when it lands a little funky, it's not necessarily injuring your joint, but it might not feel great. So a lot of this is going to show you how to create control in that area. And this can be really helpful if you have a history of pain or if, for example, you're hypermobile. And you have a hard time controlling where your joints are moving in space. So the first thing that can be helpful is you can take a pretty light mini band. This one is actually probably heavier than is ideal, but it's going to be good enough for me to demo. And the first thing that you can do is actually start to teach your body how to train where your knees go by waking up these outer hip stabilizers. So you can actually just do this seated at the front edge of a chair. You want your feet out at about a squat stance position. Like I said, my band is pretty hefty. You might want to start with a lighter one. And you want to keep your big toes connected to the ground so you're not just letting your toes lift off. So big toes stay connected. And then all you're going to do is press the thighs open. And if you keep your big toes down as you press the thighs open, you should feel actually your bum or your butt muscles engage, and then you can actually just resist. So option A is to do, like, before you squat, maybe 5 to 10 of these for 1 to 3 rounds. So that's option A, just pressing and closing the knees. Option B is to add that into a sit to stand chair squat. I'll show you the front view and I'll turn the chair and I'll show you the side view. So you do not have to use a kettlebell or a dumbbell, but if you feel pretty strong, you can. So I'll show both. So option B would be find your squat stance here, press your thighs open. So butt is on, big toes down, do whatever you want with your arms, and then you just stand up and then you sit down. Find where your chair is. And if you're like, I was a little too close, back up, press the thighs open, stand up, and sit down. So that's the first option. You can also do this with the kettlebell. So let me show you that one next. All right, I've clearly turned my chair so you can see the side view. You can hold on to your dumbbell or your kettlebell at about chest height. Find again your preferred squat stance. Press your thighs open so you should feel your glutes engaged. Big toes stay down. You can stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down. Now, as you get better at this, you can do this no chair. So same exercise, but now I don't have the chair as my spotter. And of course, I can do that with or without my weight. Let's talk about some other options here now. So again, this can be done with or without the band. You can also do an isometric hold using the wall or just holding it still. What's cool about an isometric hold, which I'll show you, is that when you hold that position, you actually build, I believe, strength both 20 degrees above and below. And again, if you are hypermobile or you just have a hard time controlling your squat, you constantly feel like you're falling in and out of it, this may be a better option for you. You again can do this for muscle activation before you do regular squats, and then sometimes you will have less knee pain during said squat. So let me take this to the wall. You could keep the band around your thighs like we did for this, but I'm just going to show the basic wall version. So you would start a little bit away from the wall. You can, if you have no ball, you don't have to use one. So let me show you both. You would just find your position. You can put your hands on your thighs. You can slide yourself down and then do whatever you want with your arms. Just hold. pressing the thighs out, keeping the big toes down. And you could do that for up to, let's say, 10 to 30 seconds for, again, 2 to 3 rounds. If you have a ball, sometimes the ball can be a little kinder in finding that position. So it goes somewhere behind your back, mid back to lower back. Again, body proportions matter. And again, coming down, holding 10 to 30 seconds, coming up. And actually, if you feel like you have good control here, again, remember, you can always keep the band or not keep the band. You could even start to go into more dynamic squats. And if that started to feel easy, you could grab your kettlebell or your weight, hold it up just like I did in the chair, and do the dynamic squats. Finally, I'm hoping you're starting to see how you can mix and match this. You can hold on to your kettlebell and just stay down here, holding that squat position. So those are all some really nice options for, again, controlling the range, which should make your knee joint feel better, because it's usually a lack of control that's creating the pain, not so much that the knee is in a bad or a dangerous position. The final thing you can do is, as you are practicing your squat range, again, remember, you can always keep your trusty band if you like that option. You can hold onto something, and again, this can be done with and without the chair. And you can come down and stand up using a pole or holding onto a chair. And again, if you don't want to use a wall, you could just hold your isometric squat here, 10 to 30 seconds, and stand up. And that could be your whole squat instead of a squat. Or using your weight, find a range, 10 to 30 second hold, and then coming up. So those are several different options that you can mix and match that may feel better in your knees when you squat and also help you get stronger. So as you get stronger, you can build up to a more advanced option. So I hope you found that helpful. If you have more questions about that, let me know in the comments. I can always do future videos or just other pain and strength exercise troubleshoot requests. You can also let me know about that in the comments section. And then finally, I do have a newsletter where I send out more longer form strength and nutrition and fitness content every week. So you can sign up for that via the link in the description box. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.